Alrighty guys, 'tis I, Chris Girl, and today we're going to finish this playthrough and tackle the last story of the game.
Then who was it? Who locked you up here for trying to conquer the world?
It was...
All living things kneel before your master.
finally transformed!
So that's Metal Sonic?
It's useless! Metal Sonic has combined your data with the power of chaos and is super strong! We can't defeat it! Ah! If only we had the 7 Chaos Emeralds! What's this? But how? Even with the Emerald's power, our chances for victory are slim. It would take a miracle.
Just leave that to me, Doc.
Sonic, no! I'm going with you too!
Tails.
You can count me in, too.
Knuckles.
Okay, guys. We'll buy you some time. That way you can use your superpowers.
Okay, then. Let's get ready to do this. We'll show that creep the real superpower of teamwork!
So many cutscenes. So much cheese. I'm sorry, but that scene is the definition of why this is the cheesiest game in the series. Let's show this creep the real superpower of cheesiness. So the last story is really short. It's comprised of just 2 boss fights. This is the first boss fight, Metal Madness, which is really straightforward. The whole idea is, with Metal Madness, there's sort of like this orb on the side of him, which is a certain colour. In the case of Team Rose, it's blue, which basically means Amy cannot attack this thing, because she's a speed type character. However, Big and Cream can attack him. They can attack him as much as they like. I highly recommend using Team Blast if you have it, because it will whittle so much health off of this guy, it's unbelievable. However, okay, actually, I was going to say I was going to save it for Team Chaotix, but I'm evidently not going to save that for Team Chaotix. But in any case, Team Rose is done with this guy. We're done with Team Rose. I played them for all of 5 minutes in the commentary. Anyway, Team Chaotix is up next. There's a ton of rings to grab. With Team Chaotix, it's a little bit more complex, because the orb changes colour, depending on who you're attacking him with and how often you attack him. SBO can attack him whenever he likes, I believe, because this particular orb with Team Chaotix never turns blue. It flickers between yellow and red, which means if it's yellow, Charmy cannot attack it, because he's the flight type character. If it's red, Vector cannot attack it because he's the power type character. It's straightforward shit, really. He has a few annoying attacks. He has this sort of like bubble attack where he'll trap a teammate, and you don't want to get all of your teammates caught because otherwise you're not going anywhere. He also swings his tail around, which is easy enough to dodge if you ask me. Just, you know, jump in the air. If you've got a flying type character, you'll never need to worry. He fires like missiles at you. You know, these are straightforward attacks to dodge, really. You know, for the final boss, he really isn't that hard. Mind you, this isn't the final boss, so I suppose, you know, that'd be a bit wrong me saying that. Yeah, you gotta go careful to make sure. I love Team Chaotix's Team Blast. But yeah, you gotta be careful not to get hit by the bubble missile things that he fires out of his fingers, because otherwise, if all three of your teammates get trapped, you're dead. End of. So after tackling this guy with Team Chaotix, we go over to Team Dark. There's a 3 level ups for each of the characters, so there's no need to worry too much here. He also has this fire attack, which is, you know, very straightforward to dodge. You just jump over it. Metal Overlord, no, you know, with the Metal Madness, Metal Overlord is pretty straightforward, I must say. For a final boss, he really isn't hard. I got the hang of this guy very quickly, and I played this at a point in time when I was a suckier gamer than what I am now. The orb on front of him flickers between all 3 colours. Obviously, the colour it is indicates the character that cannot damage him, as you know, as I mentioned before. So, you know, I don't bother attacking this guy with the speed type character. I just flip between using the flying types and the power types because it's just so much easier for me to do it that way. Omega has to jump if you want him to fire a shot into the orb, because unlike Omega, you know, Vector, who just fires shit straight out, and Big, who fires shit straight out, Omega doesn't do that. Omega has to jump, because otherwise he's just gonna lunge, and I'm just gonna be lazy and hang in the air here while he fires these bubble missile things at me. This guy is not hard. I mean, all it is just, you know, knowing what type to avoid using, because certain types will not deal damage. With Team Dark, I find it much easier just to use Rouge, because it's a bit tedious having to jump with Omega, if you ask me. With the other power type characters, it just didn't have that problem, I think. Ugh. But seriously, look at this. Metal Sonic, you've really let yourself go, man. You look proper ugly now. Metal Monstrosity, they should call you, not Metal Overlord. Ugly motherfucker. But seriously, this guy is that easy with the other 3 teams. And that is the only time I'll be playing as these teams in the commentary version. Though I have played as all the teams on the VG playthrough if anyone's interested. Again. Yeah. Let's move on. Well, did anybody see that coming? Of course Supersonic had to come back in and save the day. Oh, goodness me. Okay, so Metal Overlord. This is the true final boss of the game. Let's do this. First off, well, I suppose I should explain what he does. He has different attacks like he did before. He'll fire these crystals at you. The only way you can dodge these is if you boost into them with Sonic. You know, like, you know, Rocket Excel. Probably the only time you can actually get any proper use out of that thing, other than an Egg Fleet. The whole gimmick with this guy is you have to attack him with Team Blast. It's the only thing that damages him. So, the whole thing with fighting him and flying through the air is to build up your Team Blast meter, so that you can actually attack him. I think he takes about 5 hits with the Team Blast and then he will die. So, straightforward. He has other attacks other than the crystal attack, but I find this crystal attack is the most common attack that he will use. Crap. He also picks up ships from the Egg Fleet and will try and throw them at you, and if he does that, you switch to Knuckles and you can smash that with Knuckles. Tails, you have to switch to Tails at one point because he'll try and fire these bubble things at you, and you know, kind of like he did with the other 3 teams, but he's doing it in the air now. And I think it's easier to switch to Tails on that front. I know it differs with other people, but this guy isn't hard. It's just a case of making sure you keep your ring count up and responding to his attacks, you know, necessarily, so that you can build your Team Blast meter up. This is not hard, seriously. I mean, I've played like quite a few Sonic games, and this is the easiest, one of the easiest final bosses in the entire Sonic series. See, now he's going to chuck an Egg Fleet ship at me. Just smash it up with Knuckles if you can, which I don't think I managed to do. Oh well. I suppose I ought to mention it now. Super Sonic is the only one that's actually super, which is kind of bullshit. Ah, crap. That's what I meant about the bubble thing. But yeah, Sega or Sonic Team or whoever seem to have forgotten that Tails and Knuckles have super forms of their own. Need I point you in the direction of Sonic 3 and Knuckles? These guys have super forms. Well, at least they did back in the good old days. When Tails goes super, he goes sort of golden and he has flickies surrounding him. When Knuckles goes super, he sort of flashes between red and white. So sometimes people say he's pink, but, you know, whatever. They do actually have super forms. I don't know why they didn't choose to use them in this. Instead they just surrounded him sort of like gold bubbles, while Sonic's the only one that's really super. Oh yeah, and I forgot about this. Metal Overlord also has the power to use Chaos Control, that is, stop time. So basically, when he does this, you can't move at all. You just got to wait for the timer to go down. It's just bullshit, but at least you know he's not going to damage you. At least not as far as I know. He didn't damage me there. He just sort of... he really just didn't do anything. It's just sort of like, we were frozen and that was it. The only thing with this boss that can be kind of irritating is the camera, I would say. That's really the only thing I took issue with, is the camera. Sometimes it's, you know, like there, just a minute ago I couldn't see Metal Overlord at all. It was just sort of like out of my sight. And that's really irritating. That's really the only thing that's irritating about this boss fight, and you can get used to it. I also have to say, I absolutely friggin' love the music that plays in this boss fight. It's awesome. Crush 40 have done it again. I love Crush 40. I just think what I'm made of is a fantastic song. It's one of my favourite Crush 40 songs. Up there with I Am All of Me, which is the best thing to come out of Shadow the Hedgehog in my personal opinion. Never Turn Back's another one. And yeah, and Live and Learn, obviously. I love Live and Learn. Open Your Heart was good, but I love all these other songs more, personally. Sorry. But yeah, this song is amazing. I love it. Fantastic boss that plays the final boss. And Metal Overlord is defeated rather easily. He does his typical, "Oh no, I have been defeated, but I am still the best" sort of villain speech.
Yeah, we
I'm glad Metal Sonic came back in this game, even if, you know, it was just a small role like this. Fantastic. But anyway, guys, that is it. That is Sonic Heroes' last story. That's all there is to it. 2 easy-ish boss fights. Nothing to it. So anyway, let's get that emblem and watch the final cutscene.
It's no use. But why can't I defeat you?
Because we're Sonic Heroes.
Sonic!
Anytime you want a rematch, just let me know. I'll be waiting.
Hey, Sonic, wait up! Sorry to leave like this, but I can't let my Sonic get away. Good luck,
Sonic sure has his hands full.
I guess I'm out of here too. I think I'll go hunt for someone else's tree.
She never gives up, does she? Oh, no, you don't.
Wait! Guess that's it for this case.
Guess so.
But what about our money?
Man, I almost forgot! That slime ball!
All right! Our next adventure awaits us, so there's no time to waste. Yeah! We're Sonic Heroes!
What goes up must come down. Yeah, my feet don't touch the ground.
Well, that's it. I've completed Sonic Heroes. I started this thing ages ago, and then I sort of lost interest in the whole commentary thing for a while, and I had other things going on, and I just quit. And I just don't know why. Nevertheless, I finished it. So, yeah. Sonic Heroes is also a really good song, might I add. The song, that is, not the game itself. The song is also pretty fantastic, even if it's really cheesy. The music in this game is fantastic, I have to say that. It's, you know, What I'm Made Of, This Machine, absolutely fantastic song, might I add. That's Team Dark's theme. Follow Me was kind of good, which was Team Rose's theme. I like Team Chaotix's theme, which is actually named Team Chaotix. We Can, which is Team Sonic's theme, I thought was a bit too cheesy, so I wasn't all that keen on it. It's the only song I really didn't like. And the 2 Crush 40 songs, Sonic Heroes and What I'm Made Of, are fantastic songs, even if Sonic Heroes is really cheesy. I don't know, I just love Crush 40, don't I, so... At least the songs they do in the Sonic games. As for the game itself, I thought it was really pretty decent. I don't think it's the best game in the world. I think it's, you know, it has its flaws. It has glitches. It has a few issues here and there. The controls are not perfect. They do take a fair amount of getting used to. And, you know, compared to the adventure games, the controls are really bad. But, you know, they're not so bad that you can't get used to them. At least, not to me. I didn't like the fact that all 4 teams go through all the same levels. That's the reason why I didn't do the other 3 teams and just mainly did Team Sonic and left it at that. I've explained that over and over, but I just thought I'd bear repeating myself. You know, because there's always going to be some person that's like, well, why didn't you do those other teams? That's no excuse! I'll be commentating over the same shit, and I'm not doing that. No way. I'm just doing it the once with Team Sonic because they're the main characters. They're the characters everyone wants to see. Graphics, they're okay. I mean, considering when this game came out, I thought the graphics were okay. Not perfect, but okay. I know that, you know, probably better could be done, but, you know, for what they were and the time this came out, it wasn't too bad at all. I thought it was okay. The voice acting, some people didn't like, but, you know, I thought that most of it was okay. I could tolerate it. And no, I have no intention of getting all A rank. I finished this game. I finished it. I want to finish Pokemon Black now. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys later.